This is MacBreak Weekly, episode 867, recorded Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. Mr. Alex Lindsay, it's your pick of the week.
Yeah, so when we were in Vegas covering NAB, we had a little bit of a disaster, and that was the bandwidth available at the...
I know all about that. I could have warned you there.
We were in the press room and we were trying to upload things, and it was just ugly. It was like we have 1 megasecond, and or sometimes less.
Yeah.
And so one of the folks in office hours has a company that actually solves this problem, and they brought the router in and handed it to us and said, "Try this." And this is a company called Disaster Group. Now, this is created by a guy named Keenan Campbell, and Disaster Group, he comes from like basically FEMA style responses where they need to pay attention to things. And he got into office hours because he was like driving around during snowstorms, streaming from his truck, talking about stuff.
This is what the Live View did. In fact, this is what Colleen built for us when we were at CES trying to do the show. She had it was in a plexiglass case. She was so cute. She was amazing what she made. And it bonded a bunch of different, but I mean, that was a hard thing to do. Now you just get this router.
Well, and the thing is this has 3 modems in it. It automatically connects. It bonds them for you. Yeah. You don't have a server on the other side. This isn't just for video. This is just bandwidth. Right. You now just are able to plug it in.
How much were you able to get?
We were getting about I think it was like 20 up, and it was,
but it was consistent.
It was still in a bad area,
nice.
But it was consistent.
It
was like 20 up and down, which was a solid 20 times what we were getting otherwise. And
obviously, you have to have an account with the cellular carriers. Do you have to provide a SIM?
So that's what this is. This has the SIMs built in. So this has got 3 SIMs built into it. So I've used other ones that are PepWave, and but then we have to get the SIMs. I have to organize the SIMs. I have to negotiate all those things, and that's one of the reasons we use Live Views for videos, because I don't have to think about that. I don't have to think about where the SIMs are going, or I just plug it in and it works. And so so this has AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile installed. It's got three modems installed. It's about $1,300, but you get 2 gigs a month for free throughout the year to have this. And this is a piece of hardware. It's not a piece of software. But the main thing that it solved that our PepWaves didn't solve was that I don't have to deal with, I don't have to negotiate. I don't have to know anything. I literally this is a tiny little box, like half you. I plug this thing in, I plug internet into it, and we're done. Like I have Wi-Fi. Yeah. Wherever there's cell coverage, I can just kind of turn this thing on, and it's not me, again, negotiating for something. It's bonded cellular. In some places, it was much faster than the 20 that we were getting at the conference center. So it just depends on what's available. But being able to have it all pre-configured, being able to manage it with a web portal, being able to do all those things, and have it just be, all you did is just turn it on and plug it in, and it was we were off to the races. And so I think for some people out there, you're gonna see that and go, oh, that would be useful. There's a lot of people that won't go like, I don't know why I would use that, but there's a handful of folks like me that you need those things. And this combined, you can also have Ethernet as one of the sources. And so this combined with like you can have this with a Starlink. So you'd have cellular and Starlink all bonded together as well. Ooh, so those are things neat. That you can. Yeah, so you just have, when you're trying to connect somewhere in the middle of nowhere, it's kind of a useful thing. And again, it's not that that's the only solution, but it's the easiest solution, and it's the least expensive version of it. So anyway, I would highly recommend it. And again, it's built by somebody who's had to do this a lot, and it was really useful. And I was and I think that I was like, oh, this is. And first I thought, well, there's a lot of things that do it, but when I started researching all the things it did, I was like, oh, I don't know if there's anything else that does that. So,
plus, you get a really cool bright red box that you could put in your rack that says disaster. And it just gives you a certain je ne sais quoi. Disastergroup.us, disaster recovery router, or NAB bandwidth in recovery router.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, it's always a nightmare in Vegas. officehours.global. Thanks to all of you for being here. We do MacBreak Weekly on Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1800 UTC. If you want to watch us live, it's live.twit.tv. If you're watching live, chat live in our IRC, irc.twit.tv, run by our great community. Of course, there's our official Discord, which is part of the club. Twit.tv/clubtwit. You can get the show on demand in a variety of ways. Certainly the website's one place to go, twit.tv/MBW. The website will also lead you to links to your favorite clients, podcast clients, so you can subscribe. And there's also a YouTube channel you can go to from there. And if you want, to share the video, that's probably the easiest way to do that, is to get a clip from YouTube. All of that, twit.tv/MBW. Thanks for joining us. It's great to be back. I will see you next week. And don't forget, June 5th, we're very excited. We'll do our live coverage at WWDC. But now, my friends, you got to get back to work because break time is over. We'll see you next time.